Good morning, YouTube. Tom C here again for another video. You know, my few of the day that I like to make. And this one's about a very touchy subject, so if you're the offended type, you just X out of my video because you're not going to be happy. But, so first off, happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. It is Friday, August 29th. And this is Labor Day weekend, kids. Thank God. The end of the summer. The end of the tourism. Go back to school, kids. It's where you belong. So what I'd like to talk about is there was a Catholic school shooting in Minneapolis. Again, another like mass shooting. And the shooter, once again, was a tranny. I'm not going to use proper terminology. If you're offended, just say goodbye, because I don't really care what your opinion is. I am not for the trannies. I'm more for the gay and lesbian people than I am for the trannies, okay? I'm not gay. It's not my lifestyle, but you could love whoever you want, in my opinion. What you do behind your bedroom door is your business. Doesn't matter if if it's my lifestyle or not. Doesn't matter how I feel about it. It's actually none of my business. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're a lesbian. But if you're transgender, you got some issues. You got some big problems. You are mentally ill if that's who you are. And that's a shame. It's too bad that you actually think that way about yourself. It's sort of disturbing to me, actually. But back to the shooting. Another transgender shooting people up. So why do you think that? Why are all these trannies just attacking society like that? Why do you think? I know why. So let's say you're a boy. You're born with male hormones. And when a doctor wants to inject you with female hormones and then block your male hormones too, so I think there's blockers and then there's the actual female hormones. Being a male, you're not wired to take in all these female hormones. You're not wired like that. Not anyone can be any gender. You are who you are. It does something very dangerous to you. As you see, it's really worsens the way the person thinks about themselves, because it all starts that they think they're the opposite sex. Then they take all these hormones and it just makes them homicidal, turns them into something different. It doesn't make them into a girl if they want to transition from a boy to a girl. It doesn't. It makes you homicidal in the brain because you're not supposed to be taking these hormones. You're not wired for it. And the same as if you're born a female and you want to be a dude. What are you going to block the estrogen and start taking testosterone? It's going to make you crazy. You're not supposed to do that. There are certain things you're just not supposed to do. And this is like Dr. Frankenstein shit. Here's another thing too. This is where I get personal. If I see a tranny in public, I just keep walking. But I am not going to pretend with this individual that they are something they clearly are not. Okay? I'll pretend with a little kid, you want to play with your toys, and you want to pretend, I'll play with you. I'll pretend with you. If you're a child, and because kids pretend. That's what they do. But when you're a grown-up, and you're some guy, and you're pretending you're a girl, and you put on a dress and this and that and makeup, guess what? You look like a dude that's trying to dress like a woman. You don't look like a woman. You're not a woman. And if you're born a female, you're not a man. Even though there's some masculine chicks out there. But anyway, the bottom line is that we're going to continue to see these trannies shooting society up because they're made to be even more mentally ill than they originally are to start with. I'm not putting down the mentally ill people, but if you expect me to pretend that you're a chick when you're clearly a guy, it's not going to happen. You call me prejudiced. Go ahead, call me. Go ahead. You're prejudiced. Who gives a shit what your opinion is? Because my opinion stands. I don't care what your opinion is. And I don't care if you want to call me names. There's more children killed because of tranny. Yep, we got Wawa coffee. If you don't know what Wawa is, Wawa's a store on the East Coast. Look it up on the internet. You'll find a lot of information about Wawa. Back to trannies. Something's got to be done. We need to prosecute these doctors that are performing these surgeries. This is like witch doctory shit. Something is majorly out of order with our society. And what cracks me up is like parents will go right along with it. Oh, you want to be a girl now? Oh, they'll go right along with it. It's like, listen, your children need real help and not hormone replacement or substitution, whatever the fuck they want to call it. They don't need that. It's a major problem in this country. And it's because you're giving hormones that don't belong to the sex of the person. You're giving them the opposite hormones. Don't you think that's going to mess up your brain? I mean, common sense would tell you it will. But we have a major, major problem in this country, and it's got to stop. And we got to stop giving people hormones of the opposite sex. We have to. You want to wear a dress and a skirt and walk around. That's fine. It's your life, right? I could frown all I want. Doesn't matter. It's your life. But the taking of those hormones should be completely illegal. But doctors want to make money. I'm going to have another video about doctors. You're going to like that video. But doctors, all they want is your freaking money. They don't care about your anything. Money. And unfortunately, that's the reason why it all continues. And, I hope these people get better. They come to their senses, because they're making their low self-esteem for themselves way worse. And it's affecting society. It affects it in a negative way. A lot of people don't like the trannies anyway, so it's like, in society, the Democrats, the liberals, they're trying to push it. They're pushing it in your face. And the news doesn't even want to say it's a transsexual shooter. They don't want to say that. They're trying to cover up that there's a problem, because it's all a narrative, and you all know that. But anyway, I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to hear why you think all these shooters are somehow trannies. Is there a link? What is it? I'd like to hear your opinion. Comment in the bottom. And I don't care what you say to me. You can like me, you can not like me. That's irrelevant to me, because we all have an opinion, and you just heard mine. With that being said, you have a nice day. It's a beautiful day, Friday, and I'll be back later for another video. Until next time, adios.